Okay.
Welcome to the next episode of DC Med Spotlight. Today we are working with pain, releasing pain in the body using sound healing. The first time it really hit me was when I did the documentary in Panama. That was last year, back in February, and it's kind of gone up and down. I remember when I was in Argentina this year, it was like here more. I mean, it was so bad that I had to hang off the bed because one of our chiropractors on our platform told me to do that.
And draw energy up from the earth into your feet, into your chair, through your back and out the back, out the top of your head. Feel that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, draw energy down from God, the universe, into your head, through your neck. Feels like it gets a little bit stuck in your neck. Does it get stuck in your neck?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then have it come down into your upper back. Feels like it gets a little bit stuck in your upper back. Okay. And then it comes down your upper back and it kind of goes wiggly around your rib cage. It kind of goes side to side all over the place. So we're definitely going to work with that. Okay. And then it goes down into your lumbar, your lower back, and it just feels like tight and stressed and tensed in your lower back. Okay. And the energy comes down to your sacrum. It feels like there's a little bit of instability between the lumbar and your sacrum. It gets to your sacrum and out to the two hips. Feels like there's tension there. Okay. And it goes through your legs, down your feet, and connecting you to the ground. So drawing energy from God and the universe into your head, through your body, through your neck. And as it comes through your neck, imagine it kind of straightens out some of the wiggles and the tightness and the back and forth, because the energy as it comes through doesn't feel like it's like straight. It goes all over the place. So it comes down your back, to your sacrum, down your legs, connecting you to the earth. Now I have to say, everything that I am telling you is just what I'm seeing. It's not diagnostic, and it may fit, it may not fit. Okay, so if anything I say doesn't seem like to you it fits, then just let it go, because it doesn't have to fit. It's just what I see. Okay, so now I'm gonna strike my tuning fork, and you're gonna hear it. And as I strike the tuning fork, what I am paying attention to is where the energy is stuck and where it's flowing, and then helping the energy where it's stuck to be able to flow. So as soon as I do that, where I see the energy being stuck is in the upper back and in the shoulders. Do you tend to feel tension in your upper back and shoulders?
All the time. But I don't
Yeah,
feel it now. It's still kind of in that same spot, but yeah, I typically do feel it in the shoulders.
yeah. And so it's like in association with upper back and the shoulders, there are energies that tend to be associated with those areas. So when I think about the upper back and the shoulders, I think about all of your responsibilities, the pressures, the things that you have that you are responsible for. And I can see that little grin on your face, right? It's like, yeah, that lands, right? So you've got a lot of responsibilities, some pressures, okay? So thinking about the weight of all of that being on your shoulders, right? So we're going to strike the tuning fork again and imagine that all of that tension and the weight of that responsibility flows down your back, down your tail, out your legs, and release it to the ground, so that you release the weight of the responsibilities and the pressures from your upper back, down your back, and release it to the ground. So what I see next is that there's blocks around the neck. So are there ways in which you feel like you're not being heard, or you're not, your message isn't being received, or no, people aren't listening to you, or you're not able to express yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and when you said that, it's like, it looked to me like the energy in the throat chakra area, which is the throat here, was going back. So, is there an area where you feel so blocked in your ability to express yourself and be heard that the energy might be so not able to come out and express itself that it's going backwards?
A lot of times, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, this is like, so when we're doing this, it's like I am receiving information. Your body, your beingness is giving me information, and then I speak it back to you. Right? So, and if it's true, I mean, if it fits, it fits. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. So, feeling like that sometimes you have a message that would really be good for people to hear, but they are so resistant to hearing it that it's like if you say so, just like whoop, it just comes back at you. They are so not able to hear it. Right?
More ways than one. More ways than one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and as I say that, right, already I see the energy start to shift, right? That energy that was so like, ooh, okay, you don't want to hear. I'm just like, I'm going to go home, right? It's like it's able to start being able to come forward. When we acknowledge what's there, that enables it to shift. So now, there we go. Now it feels like there's more ability for your expression to come and there to be. If you want to hear it, great. If you don't, that's okay. I can still express myself, right? I can still be heard. And if you're not the person who needs to hear it, fine. I'm okay with that. And then I just go on to the next person. Oh, that really helps with this energy around the throat. Okay. So with this shift in the energy around the throat, it feels like that eases some of the pressure on the back and the shoulders. Right? With the ease in being able to express yourself and then be okay with whether or not people say yes. It's not a judgment on you. It's just on them, whether or not they're interested. That feels like that changes the whole balance of the weight of the responsibility on the upper back, and there's more flow. So it feels like one of the keys, perhaps, was helping the energy flow through the throat, taking care of the resistance issue around the throat, and that seems to have changed the energy in the back. Like it feels like the energy is much more flowing up and down the back.
It is actually. That's
yeah.
Say
Yeah.
that.
And you described that there was the pain in the lower area of the rib cage.
Yeah.
And the upper and lower back, and you had told me that it kind of moves position.
Yeah.
It's not all in that place. That's that main place that it has been calling to you, but the truth is that sometimes it's up around your neck, sometimes it's down lower. When we go down lower, you have issues around the first and second chakra, around the sacrum, the first and second chakra, and you have safety, security, survival, fear, danger, all of those energies down there. So it's like when I say that, what comes up is, I need to make enough money that everything goes, my safety, my survival, and kind of dependent on that. So that's the lower end, but it really feels like the bigger end is the upper end and the self-expression end. So getting this opened up feels like it opened up the flow for the whole thing, right? And does it feel like that pressure in that area of the lower rib cage has eased a little bit? There's more flow going through there.
Just a little bit, yeah. Not a lot, but a little bit, yeah.
So now my attention goes to the lower end. So it's like allowing the energy that gets stuck in the back to also be able to lengthen down through the back and lengthen out your sacrum, out your tail, and releasing it down to the earth, down that lower side. Now, it's looking like it's going down through the tail, but it's not going through the legs. So I want you to imagine you have a long tail that extends through your tailbone, through the end of your spine. Okay. And imagine that your tail is a long tail and it connects to the earth and allows some of this stuck energy in your back and your neck to go down through your tail, connecting you to the earth. But you also want this to be balanced. You want to have energy also going through your legs and through your feet.
Not. It's
yeah,
like
Right.
It's
It
stuck.
was not going through the legs. So I wanted to strengthen, solidify that energy going through your tail. And now let's bring in the energy of the legs so that you can stand up. So
Yeah,
that you
right
can
now
be,
I feel like I'm kind of stuck. My hands can
yeah,
move.
yeah, yeah, right? So now you want to allow some of that energy in your pelvis that's going down your tail, also allow it to go through the legs, through the knees, out the feet, connecting to the earth. And there's a couple of different energies here. So let's think about the energies of the feet. The energies of the feet are being grounded, being strong, stable, and being able to lift your feet up and move. So if do you ever feel like you're stuck, you're not moving forward, you're not making progress? Okay, that can be energy in the feet. Okay,
Mhm.
let's bring in the matching energy of the knees. Knees are about moving forward and making progress. So sometimes you might be taking a lot of steps, but not making progress.
Feels like that
So
sometimes.
it's
Yeah.
just like we need to have energy moving through the knees. I wanted to invoke this connection through the legs, connection to the feet, connecting to the ground. And it feels like the knees are actually important. Are we making progress? Are we taking a lot of steps, moving our feet, and yet not moving forward? So, a lot, it looks, now that I say that, it looks kind of like the energy in the knees is almost the left knee is maybe even the energy is going backwards. So it's like, are there ways in which maybe you are holding yourself back, not moving forward, and maybe even sometimes going backwards
Sometimes in certain things.
in
Yeah.
certain things, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like now we want to allow the energy in the knees to be able to
But that's
overall.
for the personal. Is that tied to personal? Is that why? Because personal, like business wise, not really, but personal life, yes.
What you do in
Personal
one
life,
thing
I
is,
find myself definitely doing that.
yeah,
Yeah,
it, you can't separate them,
makes sense. Yeah.
right? What you do in one area is what you do in all areas.
Mhm.
So if there is an area of life that is moving backwards, it could affect all of your areas. But if
Mhm.
we allow the energy in general in your knees to be moving forward and making progress, not like out of control progress, but balanced progress, so
Mm.
that you have more ability with the effort you're taking, the steps you're taking with your feet to actually be moving you forward. Okay. So now let's talk about the difference between the right side and the left side. So the right side, we have the right hip, the right knee, and the right foot. The right side of the body is the doing side. And in biofield tuning, the tuning fork system that I am trained in, the energy of the right hip is got a hamster wheel. Okay, so imagine you have a hamster wheel on the right hip and it is winding forward, it is doing, going, 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 going. Okay.
Sure.
You and sometimes we're going, 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 and overgoing, doing too much. And sometimes we're not going enough. Okay, so we need to have balance in this hamster wheel. Now, it's matched on the other side by the hamster wheel on the left hip. And the left hip, like, backs up. Wait a minute, I'm not sure. I need to know. I need to evaluate. Okay, so the left hip backs up. It waits. It hesitates. It evaluates. The right hip goes forward. The left hip goes back. Okay, ultimately, both functions are important. We don't want to just like run forward without evaluating. So we need the energy of the left hip to sometimes be rolling back and waiting. We need a balance between the two. We don't want to be going forward, 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 forward without having any control. So it's like having a balance between the two, the going forward when that's appropriate, and sometimes we need to evaluate and go back. But you don't want to be going all forward and you don't want to be going all back. So to have balance in these two, so that you have balance in the pelvis and you have balance in your action, and that supports your knees in being able to make appropriate progress and your feet to make appropriate movements and steps. So allowing all of these energies that we've talked about, that we've invoked, to just kind of like jiggle around and settle themselves. Because realizing that all of these functions are important. We need them all. But having them be conscious, like aware that these are happening, and that they are balanced. That none of these functions are operating on automatic, but that you have conscious awareness of it. There we go. So that feels like that enables the pelvis to feel more balanced and supported, and energy going both through the tail and through the legs, connecting to the earth.
It's like, I don't know what's smaller than a millimeter, but that's how it's moving. It's moving smaller than a millimeter, but it's moving, but it's smaller than a millimeter. So it's moving incrementally, like that.
Where is it moving incrementally?
In that spot, in that same spot. It's moving very slowly down the spine.
Okay.
Pain is every time I take a breath.
Okay. So go to the center of the area where it's like, okay. So go to that area and ask yourself, or ask it, is there an emotion there?
Anger.
Okay. And allow that to be there. Is there anything else? Any other emotion?
Fear.
Okay. Anything else?
Just those two.
So mentioning those two, okay, when I look at it energetically, it feels like there's more ability of that energy to move up and down the spine in that area now, but it's only on the one side. So it hasn't integrated into the center and allowed both sides to work together, but it is moving more on that side. Are there any thoughts there?
I guess just more memories of the past experiences, trauma related, childhood, high school, college.
Yeah.
More of that.
That makes sense. So when you think about that experience that you're remembering, was there something you needed that you didn't get?
Yeah.
So just acknowledging what it is you needed that you didn't get. Is there anything else that you needed that you didn't get?
Understanding.
Yeah. You needed understanding and you didn't get it. Is there anything else you needed that you didn't get?
Friendship.
Anything else?
Support.
Anything else you needed but didn't get?
Wisdom.
Okay. So,
but that's what I see.
Yep. So when you needed those things but didn't get them, okay, how did you feel?
Anger.
What else?
Sadness.
Yeah. Totally understandable, right? Any other things that you felt when you needed those things and didn't get them?
Nothing I can think of.
Okay. What did you do when you needed those things and didn't get them?
I stored it away
Where did you store it away? In your back?
in my body. Yeah.
In your body? Yeah. Got it. You stored it away in your body. That's what we do. That's what we do. When we can't be ourselves, we hold it in and store it in the body. Okay? So imagine, what would it be like for you now to give yourself then what you needed? Understanding, friendship, being seen, being heard.
I don't know because I've gone my whole 20s not wanting it to happen again.
Ah, look at that.
That I haven't really um, tried. So all my attention is just on business because that's the only thing that
Mhm.
gives me control, but I don't put it in anything else. Um, I try to ignore it. I try to hide it, mask it,
Mhm.
um, zone out. It, yeah,
Yeah.
try
So
to.
it makes complete sense that when you were young, you didn't get this need met, and your response is to shut it down, to pretend you don't need it, right? And to stuff it away. And that response, that survival mechanism, is activating all the way into your today life.
Mm,
I don't need that. I can do business and pretend this need isn't there. Right? So imagine what it would be like to, way back then, give yourself what you needed but didn't get. What might be possible for you today if you actually had that?
I don't know because I was 15, 16,
Mm-hmm.
17, 18,
Yep.
19, 20. And then at about 21, I just kind of didn't really didn't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't really
Y-
care.
you kind of get to make it up.
Yeah.
What might be possible for you today if you didn't have to keep pretending that this doesn't matter, stuffing it away? What might be possible if you actually got what you needed and people
Well,
understood you? Yeah. Yeah. What else would be possible? Mm-hmm. What else?
care, understanding,
Yeah.
all things that I don't really think I have.
Mm. All the things you think you don't have that you want on a personal level might actually be possible, right?
Yeah,
And look at that smile, right? Yeah.
I feel like I'm in sunken place, kind of. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So now let's allow your body, your back. By the way I see it now, before it was all on one side of your back, like spine to the right. Now I see the energy much more homogeneous across, all the way across the back. So it doesn't feel like it's just stuck on that right side anymore, but there's more ability to flow up and down and across. So it just feels like there's more just a whole back
Mm.
instead of two separate sides where one side is tight. It feels like there's Okay, so allow your back to release everything it's been holding in that area of your back. And all of the weight of the responsibility and the pressure and the stress that has been on your shoulders as a result, and all the blocks to your self expression that have come as a result. So this is the area of the ribs there. So I want you to imagine that what is stuck along the spine is able to flow out along the ribs on that side of your body. And then it flows out the other side so that you have energy coming from the spine along your rib cage to the front, so that your whole rib cage is able to be full and more open, and movement, more freedom. And you have energy running down your back, down your tail, and out your tail, out your legs, connecting you to the earth. Energy goes from that area of your back, up your back, through your neck, and out the top of your head. Energy comes from your back, and it goes through your shoulders and out your arms, and expressing as love through the actions you take with your arms. So that was stuck in that area of your back is now able to flow through your whole body and out. Instead of going in that area, it's like, and expands up and out the top of your head. It comes out your arms and it connects you down to the earth.
Oh, it does, yeah.
It does. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know where it is because I don't feel it in that spot.
Maybe it can just like merge with all of the other energy and not have to be isolated there. Okay, now draw energy up from the earth through your legs, through your feet, through your body, and out the top of the head, and it feels like it flows much more freely through your body. And bring energy down from God into your head, through your body, through your neck, through your arms, through your torso, through your spine, through your pelvis, and connecting you to the earth. So you're grounded, you're supported by God, you're in the flow, and you can move and make progress, take steps, move forward. More freedom in your hips, more freedom in your back. Feels like there's going to be some more flexibility there. Feels like the throat is more open. Also looks like maybe your third eye might be more open, so more perception, more wisdom coming in. You're connected, inspired.
Kind of feels like it's going like that, like out. Yeah, it kind of feels like that. I don't know really how to explain it. It's not necessarily that it's gone. It's just that it's not strong in that area. Okay.
The life issue doesn't just go away. How you relate to it changes. The energy is always going to be part of you. What you do when it comes up can shift. We were talking a little bit about NLP earlier today. Doing NLP enables what we've worked with to actually go and more thoroughly release it. What we did is we took the issue and we kind of like shook it up and woke it up and looked at what all of its pieces are and allowed it to move through your body, give you more freedom with it, more awareness of it. And if you want to do NLP, then we can actually like release it more thoroughly. But now that we've talked about it, it's going to be more in your awareness. When that was like, oh, there that is. I'm thinking that thought. I'm feeling that thing. Oh, and I could tell in the past, what I would do is I would hold it in my body.
Yeah.
And stick it there. Do I want
Not
to
even
do
really
that now?
thinking about it. Not even like trying to. It just kind of.
It's automatic.
Yeah.
Right? What we've done now is we've taken what was unconscious and brought it into your conscious awareness. So over the next period of time, you may be hyper aware of when you're going into that same pattern and noticing, oh, I'm starting to store that in my body. Do I want to do that? Not really. Can I release it? Like, can I release that down to the earth? Can I allow myself to be aware of the choice that I am making, the decision that I am like running on repeat? And it's like, ooh, I don't want to make that choice. You get to decide. But now it's part of your conscious awareness. So you're going to notice, oh, there's that thought again. What am I going to do with it this time? Am I going to store it in my body? Or am I going to make another choice? You have the ability to do that. But it feels like it's moving much better through your body. Right? Now, what part of what might happen is you might notice that symptom coming back.
I do notice it coming back, yeah.
Yeah. I think of symptoms as being calls for help.
The number one pain point that all nutritionists face is people don't stick to their diet plans. And typically it's because they have emotional eating, they have some kind of trauma attached to it. They're not just going to do a diet and be able to fix it. They have to fix the mental health first. So when a nutritionist is going to address their clients, working in conjunction with someone like Sandra can help you with your clients, because once your client fixes that issue, now you can fix their health. So those are ways in which even the providers on Decent Med need to understand that it is a collaborative effort in the same way that your body is collaborative, the mind, body, spirit, because you can't escape it. You can try to escape the spirit completely, but then eventually you're going to have unforgiveness and you could lose that. You can try to forget the body completely, but then you'll have a heart attack. You can try to forget the mental completely, but then you'll have a breakdown. You have to work on all three. And I'm preaching to the choir. I'm preaching to the choir when I say that. You have to have all three because all three is extremely beneficial. But Sandra, any final thoughts, and give a close and a call to action for people that are watching, people that will watch this recording in the future, and people that are just interested in sound healing.
Sound is the most powerful creative force. Frequencies is what I am using with a tuning fork. Frequencies is what, somebody who's using gongs or bowls, they're working with frequency, and frequency is power. But also your words are powerful. Your words are sounds. And you are giving messages to your body. You are telling your body what you want it to do. But a lot of times, just like we talked about with Samuel, you get stuck in patterns that are disempowering to you. And you're not taking action because you're running loops. Working with practitioners like me, with other members of Decent Med, enable you to get outside of your head information and look at things differently. Work with those symptoms, work with those areas where you get stuck, work with those negative beliefs that get you paralyzed, and help you move forward by putting pieces together that you're not putting together on your own. And that's part of the value of having all of the practitioners here in Decent Med. You have the ability to work with multiple different types of people, multiple different types of modalities and approaches, all of which can support you in moving from where you are to where you want to be.
Mm. Again, visit shinewithsandra.com/cc and book a session with Sandra. If you have brain health or you just want to tell your story, visit miracleinspirations.com and click that first button that you see and book a meeting and share your story. You can also find Sandra at decentmed.org/brain health. That's all one word, brain health, decentmed.org/brain health. Thank you so much for this latest episode of Releasing Pain in the Body with Sound Healing, a live demo. Again, visit shinewithsandra.com/cc and everyone enjoy the rest of their night.